Welcome back. Here we go. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable chair. Or if you're so lucky that you can just lay down, do that. And take a few cleansing breaths. Be a point of light in the center of your head, behind your eyes, and in between your temples. Find your bubble. That's your energy field, your aura around you in all directions. 3 feet over your head, 3 feet on either side, 3 feet in front of you, behind you, underneath you. This is your personal space. This is your energy field. It's around all the time. And lastly, create a grounding cord. I like a tube of light that connects your hips, base of your spine, all the way down through your chair, all the layers of the floor that you're in, all the way down to the center of the earth. And the center of the earth, let's imagine, is a meadow, a pasture, patch grass, something that grounding cord can really ground into. Yeah. So be in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. And whatever date it is that you're listening to this, put that date like you're putting a date stamp on your bubble and on your grounding cord. Helps you to further bring yourself into present time, into this moment. At this point, I don't know how to time travel. I go back and change things that happened before, but we can heal them from this moment. And I don't know how to time travel yet into the future. I can send my attention that way, but my physical body hasn't been able to make the trip yet. So I do it from here, from this present moment. And that's what center of head grounding cord bubble is about. Now, these are your psychic tools. These are your psychic tools. These are tools for living. Center of head grounding cord bubble, date stamp bubble. And just allow yourself to settle into your chair. Allow yourself to sink down, down, down. Get comfortable. Get relaxed. Settle in. You've already begun healing simply by listening to this recording. Those occurrences where people have wounded you have been traveling in your thoughts. And you're already beginning to heal those wounds. So be a point of light in the center of your head. And stay in the center of your head as if you're looking at the world from behind your eyes, from behind your closed eyes, to be specific. And on the outside of your bubble, create a screen, create a reading screen. And then this reading screen, this is a movie of your life, or a movie of a scene in your life. And what I'd like you to do is imagine a time when you, whatever age you choose, when someone was unkind to you, when someone was mean to you. Maybe it was earlier today. Maybe it was last week. Maybe it was when you were a kid. For some of us, we have lots of experiences to choose from. And of intensity, if we have an intensity scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most outrageous, most hurtful thing, pick something in the 2, 3, 4 range, something that was wounding but wasn't crippling. This is podcast meditation. We want you to practice. We want you to crawl before you walk. So on that reading screen, see a time as if you're watching your own life on this movie, and imagine that you are seeing this situation where somebody wounded you, somebody was mean to you, but stay in the center of your head. Stay back here so you can have some objectivity, so you can be a little separate from the scene, like you're watching it with some objectivity. Makes it easier to heal when you can have some separation from it. And see that situation as vaguely or as richly in detail as you can remember. Who are you with? How old were you? Were you inside or outside? Was it daytime or nighttime? Were you alone or with people? What did you see? What did you hear? What did you smell? What did you taste? And of course, what did you feel? In addition to the feelings of being wounded. And see that play out. And again, we're choosing a situation from your past that's somewhere in the 2 to 4 level intensity, nothing crippling. And if you have something like that, and if this is lighting you up, then please stop listening and reach out to your healthcare provider or mental health provider. There are lots of choices out there. So when you see that scene playing out and you see whomever it was being mean to you, again, this is a 2 to 4 intensity. See yourself, but stay in the center of your head. And as you watch that scene play out, again, this is not a very intense situation, but it is when somebody was a jerk to you. Maybe somebody jacked your parking space. So be in the center of your head and watch that situation. And as you see yourself in this situation, see yourself in that situation and give yourself or reinforce your person's own bubble in that scene. So if you were 7, imagine your 7-year-old body and imagine your aura bubble around your 7-year-old. Or if you were 97, see your energy field. You have them from the moment you incarnate. Yeah, so you're watching this on there and you're seeing the aura bubble, and give yourself in that scene a grounding cord. You're going to give yourself, whatever age you were in this particular situation. You always had these tools. They were always there. I'm just reteaching you. So see yourself give yourself your bubble, your grounding cord, and the degree you can, see yourself in the center of your head in that situation. You might notice that the energy of the situation is already shifting. Look how much differently things might have played out had you known about, been aware of your tools. Grounded, center of head, bubble. Notice how you might feel a sense of protection. And even though you're watching this situation and it occurred in the past, simply by adding attention to the tools that you did have, may not have been aware of, but notice how you can feel a shift in your own present time body. Wouldn't it be wild if everyone knew and used these tools? Center of head, grounding cord, bubble. Wouldn't that be lovely in conflict resolution? If we all started with, okay, let's all take a deep breath. Let's be in the center of our heads, grounded in our bubble. Wouldn't every courtroom in America be a different situation? Wouldn't the House of Congress and Senate be different? Like, we're going to be at the center of our head, grounded in our bubble. We're going to look at this situation from a place of being centered and grounded, feeling safe. So in this situation, all you've done at this point is just reminded your former 7-year-old or former 97-year-old or your former last week-year-old the tools that you already have. And even though you're watching this from the outside of your bubble, notice how it's already creating a shift in your present time body. Whatever the wounding was, it's not quite so horrible being in your bubble. So when I lovingly tell people to bubble up, this is what I'm talking about. Going into a meeting, bubble up. Just protect your energies from whatever's around you. Going to make the best decisions if you're in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. Using your tools. So as you look at that scene where someone was mean to you, and you see yourself with your aura bubble in the center of your head, you're grounded to the center of the earth in this situation. You can imagine that whatever is being said to you from that situation, or whatever is happening around you, you can imagine that even if that energy that they're sending your direction is coming at you, that even if it does happen to get through the bubble, it doesn't have quite the impact on the body because you're at love and light. And so some of that energy that they're throwing at you in that situation gets diffused. And because you have your grounding cord, that energy can immediately go down your grounding cord. Or there's a tool we use called body of glass, where imagine that we are clear. And if somebody throws energy at us, it just can come in and go right back out the back door with no effect on our body. So stay in the center of your head in your present time body. And if anyone has jumped in the center of your head with you, say, for example, whomever was in that situation, even if you haven't seen that person for years, go ahead and kick them out. Be in the center of your head just for you. And give yourself in that situation whatever support you needed at that time. Did you need to find your voice, to speak up? Did you need, had you frozen and you just needed the courage to walk away? Or did you need to just heal the receptor site from whatever? Somebody throws a barb at you, it only hurts if there's a receptor site to accept that barb. It only hurts if you call me fat if I feel sensitive about being heavy. Right? For example. So take a moment and heal that version of you in this situation, whatever you needed at that moment. And some fortitude, some courage, some peace, some grace, some validation, some feeling supported, whatever you need or whatever you needed. And even if you can't think of it in concrete terms, the universe knows. And S, are you energetically rewriting the script? 100%. But you're doing it from the present time. And then give that version of you the healing that you need from the wounding when someone was mean to you. Ouch, ouch. What did I ever do to you? Why you gotta be so mean? Could have been yesterday, could have been decades ago. Give yourself a healing for healing those wounds. Take as much time as you need. And then feel that sink in, particularly you and your bubble, with gold energy. Purify any other wounds or healing or energetic schmutz that was left in your space from that situation. Go ahead and give yourself that healing and tidy that up. You might start feeling tingly in your body. Maybe you're tearing up a little bit. Or maybe you're giggling because you've released some of that old wounding. Go ahead and let yourself have that healing. And then when you're ready, just take that healing off that reading screen and bring it into your present time body. Bring it into your heart chakra and let it spread out through your whole body, hitting all of your chakras. And then take that scene and go ahead and erase it off your reading screen and dissolve your reading screen for right now. You've given yourself that healing from that event when someone was mean to you. So be in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. And we're going to create another bubble on the outside of our bubble. Maybe it's the size of a beach ball. And have this beach ball represent the party that was mean to you, whether it was a single individual or a group or, okay. And we're going to do something called making separation. It's on some of my earlier podcast episodes, but this is a refresher. So in that bubble that represents the person that was mean to you, the situation that we just were looking at, that we're healing, any of their energy that's still in your body, still in your bubble, coursing through your chakras, send that energy into the smaller bubble that represents this individual or this group. All of their energy back in that bubble. And then over the bubble, imagine a bundle of twigs or a bundle of sticks. We call these healing sticks. And this represents any healing agreements you may have had with that person. I know what you're thinking. Why would I want to heal somebody that was mean to me? Well, because everything is a co-creation. It's like me and the classmate. Okay? I got to learn something. I got to grow and evolve. And she got a new friend. Well, we both got new friends. And I got introduced to Judy Bloom. Da-da-da. So what you're going to do is you're going to imagine this bundle of twigs or bundle of sticks over the bubble, and you're going to break them in your mind's eye, and you're going to drop them into the bubble. And what this does is this breaks the healing agreements. Okay? Anything, the reason the cosmos brought you there or that situation together, that is over. That is complete. And then you drop those into the bubble. And now over that bubble, imagine a gold ring, okay, like a gold band, but it's only 3/4 complete. So there's a section missing out of it. And in your mind's eye, have that ring start to spin around. And as you see in your mind's eye this ring spinning, you notice it looks whole now. Call this a karma ring. So you're completing the karma that you had with that individual. And then go ahead and drop that ring into the bubble that represents this individual. And make sure all of their energy is out of your body. And if you fill up that bubble, you can always make another one. And when you're ready, float that bubble off to the edge of the universe and blow it up. Taking all of their energy out of your space. You've diffused and completed any karma. Now create a big gold bubble over your own head. And call back your energy from that situation. Any little sparklets of your energy, wherever you've left them, that you're ready to have back. And put it in that gold bubble over your head. and put grace and peace and love and healing and any other positive quality that you want more of. Call your energy back from that situation, from that individual. You put it in this big gold sun and it is purified. It's mixed with any other positive quality that you want more of. For example, good job getting here, having this healing. And then when you're ready, take an imaginary finger and pop that bubble and begin to fill in with that gold energy, calling your energy back, making separation. Look at this. You get to heal when somebody was mean to you, and you give yourself a healing. That's amazing. So fill in that gold bubble, top of your head, all the way down to your fingertips. Fill in your body, your torso, your stomach, your hips, thighs, feet, all the way down to your fingertips and toe tips. And any extra energy, fill in your bubble, your present time bubble. So you've given yourself a healing for a case when somebody was mean to you. But because we're thorough here at the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast, we're also going to give you a chance to heal when maybe you were a jerk. We've all done it. We've all been total tools from time to time. And yes, poo does run downhill, and we're going to heal ourselves that and give ourselves the compassion to whatever we were feeling at that time that caused us to think that being mean to someone was the appropriate choice in the moment. We're going to heal whatever was behind that. And we're going to complete the karma with whomever we were mean to. Or if you were mean to more than one person, we're just going to pick one episode. Okay? We've all done it. And again, the intensity of this one for this online healing, it's going to be an intensity between like 2 to 4. Okay. This isn't one where you were really, really dastardly. Okay. This is your opportunity to ask for forgiveness, to ask for grace, to begin the healing process, and to send love to whomever maybe you were a jerk to. So be in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble. Create another reading screen, another video screen, another television screen on the outside of your bubble. And the same rules apply. Imagine you're seeing that scene when you were a jerk to somebody, and watch it. But stay in the center of your head. Watch from here. And yes, and again, this is a 2 to 4. This isn't when you were an absolute dum-dum. And yeah, you might be cringing right now. Oh, I did do that. Awareness is the beginning of healing. You're welcome, y'all. So see that scene, and it can be vague or it can be wildly specific. But again, intensity of ickiness, about a 2 to 4. You've done something more than that. Again, I invite you to reach out to clergy or your mental health specialist. Whatever you need. same rules apply as when we were on the receiving end of being mean. See yourself in that scene and see yourself as the jerk, and give yourself in that situation bubble, center of head, and grounding cord. And take a look at that scene. Right? Even as you're replaying it in your mind's eye and you're looking at it on a reading screen from a place of neutrality, just by remembering, again, we always have these tools, center of head, grounding cord, bubble. It's like, oh man, if I'd have been grounded in that situation, I'd have been so much nicer. I might not have been a jerk at all. You're welcome. That's why we're doing this. So see yourself on that reading screen, and you can just make it up. You can just pretend that there was a time when you were a big old meanie. And just see yourself on that reading screen with a bubble. Imagine that you're a point of light in the center of your head in that scene. And imagine that you in that scene are grounded. So you're in present time, you're protected, you're grounded. Oh, what? Yeah, so whatever you were doing when you were mean, you didn't jump into the picture. You didn't jump into the situation. You weren't matching energy with somebody who was also mean. If you're with a group of people and they're all being jerks, if you're the grounded one, you have an opportunity to invite them to match you. Think how that might diffuse mob mentality. Yeah, dude. But watch this. Be in the center of your head, grounded in your bubble and in your mind's eye. See that situation play out as if you were using your tools. Already, you're going to see a different outcome. Right? When we're grounded in the center of our head, our tool, we're connected to source, we're connected to our higher self, we're connected to all that created the universe. It's like, oh, this is an opportunity to feel safe. Usually when we feel safe, we don't have to be mean. If I could get 1% of the Earth's population to do 10 minutes of this meditation, what a difference we'd see on the planet. Kindness to one another, kindness to the planet itself, kindness to animals, kindness. That's why we're doing this. So in this scene in your mind's eye, when you were being a dum-dum to somebody, give yourself in that situation the hello, the healing that you needed. Sometimes we're a jerk because it's a knee-jerk reaction. It's a reflex. Send yourself some forgiveness. We're all human. We're all going to fall short. And from here in present time, from your present time body to whomever you were a jerk to, send them a hello. A hello is a hello. It's a spiritual awareness from the crown of your head to their crown. It says, I see you as a spirit having a human experience. I see you in this situation. I'm going to send them a hello. And then send them an I'm sorry. Now, if you have the opportunity to do it in the physical and you're so inclined, God bless. but this is a great start. So send that hello, send that I'm sorry, that apology, that atonement. And notice how different you feel in your present time body, just having worked this out in your mind's eye. You haven't actually said anything. You haven't actually picked up the phone yet. Well, maybe some of you have, but you are creating a shift. This is the psychic work. This is the energy work that we're talking about. You've given yourself a healing. You're diffusing the situation. You're extending grace to yourself and others. You might be feeling a little emotional. You might be feeling like, this is all it is. I could have done this years ago and I wouldn't have felt so cruddy inside. Yeah, people, that's why I'm here, teaching you little at a time. So take as much time as you need to sit with that situation where you were the dum-dum, when you were the big meanie. And appreciate the co-creation in that situation. Just like when somebody was mean to you, on some level, you asked the universe for that individual to show up in your life. In this situation, on some level or another, co-creation, this individual and you, your stars were aligned, at least for this moment. And yes, it's an opportunity for you to be the bigger man or the bigger woman. And when you've done all the things that you set out to do, if there's things you wanted to say to this individual, there's, go ahead and take your time. Or if you want to listen, maybe you were mean to them and they were just trying to give you cash. What? Yeah, weirder things happen. So the time when you were a big dum-dum. Yeah. So when you've gotten all the information off of that scene, go ahead and remove that reading screen. Just go ahead and dissolve that little movie you're watching. And we're going to create a bubble on the outside of your bubble. And this bubble is going to represent the person that you were a jerk to, the person you just saw in your scene. And any energy that you're still carrying of theirs in your space, you're going to take it out of your bubble and put it into this smaller bubble. Going to make separation. Might be a little, might be a ton. Take your time and just let that energy flow from your bubble into theirs. And into the smaller bubble on the outside of your bubble. Then break some healing sticks. Those are those twigs that represent healing agreements between you and this person. Break them and drop them into the bubble. And spin a karma ring. That's a ring that's 3/4 complete. And then in your imagination, you see it spinning. And when you see it spinning, it appears to be complete. Therefore, completing the karma between you and this individual in this situation. Go ahead and drop that in the bubble. And anything else from that scene that needs to go in that bubble, out of your space, into that bubble. And then float it off to the edge of the universe and blow it up. And then call your energy back, because maybe that individual is carrying some of you in their space. Call it back. Big gold bubble over your head. Call your energy back from that situation. And give yourself whatever other positive quality you want more of. Some grace, some peace, some ease, some amusement. Boy, I was a real jerk. Some atonement, some lessons. Like I can do better. And anything else that you'd like to experience more of, put in that big gold bubble. And then when you're ready, take an imaginary finger and pop that bubble and start filling in the top of your head with your energy and all these other positive qualities. Fill in your head, your face, back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to your fingertips, your torso, your hips, your thighs, your legs, lower legs, all the way down to your toes. And then any of that gold energy, let it fill in your bubble. So you've just created a healing for when somebody was mean to you. And you've also taken ownership from when you perhaps were mean to somebody else. Again, this was not our high intensity. This is an online service. So go ahead and just sit with your progress. I know that takes a lot of courage to sit and be quiet and listen to a podcast like this and move your energy. And you did it. Good job. So when you're ready, go ahead and move, stretch, and we'll meet again soon. I'm Dr. Cynthia Smith. This was Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Welcome. You're doing a great job.